Hello everyone, Spider Gamer here once again. Hi, it's been, what, 5 minutes? For me, for you it's been a week, as always. Why do I keep saying it's been a while? It's just a week. Anyways, how you been? Good morning, by the way, don't forget to drink water. Today, I thought it would be nice if we looked into some r/TIFU. For those who don't know what this means, TIFU means today I messed up. And messed starts with an F, in this case. It's basically stories about people who messed up and how they messed up. It's a little fun sometimes. So I thought, well, hey, why not take a look at those, right? So today I'm taking a look at TIFU. By the way, about the chocolate, Kevin, no updates so far by the time I'm recording this, but I did record it all in one day from the last Reddit video. So like, yeah, last update was 19 days ago. So, I don't know if he's gonna update that soon. I'm hoping. Anyways. User u/positivepen 6491 says, TIFU by stealing my coworker's $500 worth of coffee pods. Ooh, that's gonna hurt the pocket. For context, I work in a small office, like 8 people, and we have a shared kitchen area with an espresso machine. When I started, I saw there were always pods sitting in the basket next to the machine, and I just assumed they were communal office supplies. Never assume, because assuming makes an out of me and you. We all know the saying. Please, don't assume. But I will give you this. Keeping your coffee pods right next to the machine and expecting people not to take one is a little I mean, they could have kept it somewhere else. But okay. I digress. Like the tea bags and stuff. I was pumped because free fancy coffee at work is always a win. If it's fancy, it's probably not free. Fast forward to today. I'm making my usual afternoon cappuccino, and this girl from accounting walks in. She looks at me weird and goes, hey, random question, but have you been using the Nespresso a lot lately? I said, yeah, obviously. It's there for everyone, right? Her face just dropped. Turns out she brought it from home because the office coffee sucks, and she's been buying her own pods this whole time. Again, if she didn't want to share the pods, maybe don't keep them right next to the coffee machine that you brought from home. I mean, yeah. Like, don't take things without asking first if you can, but don't keep your fancy coffee in a public shared kitchen right next to an espresso machine and not expect people to think it's free. Turns out, yeah, okay. She said she noticed they were going way faster than usual, but figured maybe she was just drinking more coffee than she thought. Then she saw a few other people using it recently, and it all made sense. See? It's not an OP problem. It's an everybody in the office problem. It's because she kept it right next to the Nespresso machine. Like, come on. I literally wanted to die right there. Immediately offered to Venmo her and told her I have some money saved up that I can send her right now for all the pods. She tried calculating it in her head and was like, honestly, it's probably a couple $100s worth at this point. Those little boxes are like 8 to 10 for 10 pods, and I've been going through 2 to 3 a day since I started. 2 to 3 coffees, right? Not 2 to 3 boxes, right? Right? Oh God. She was trying to be polite about it and said, "We can figure it out later," which somehow made it worse. Now I can't even look at her, and the next few days are gonna be awkward. Like 3 other people in the office apparently also thought it was communal, and I have been using it too, but I was definitely the main culprit since I was there every single day. TLDR thought the fancy office Nespresso was communal. Turned out to be my coworker's personal machine, and I basically robbed her of hundreds of dollars in coffee pods. Yeah, okay, I don't think it's solely your fault, but I would buy her a few boxes of the coffee and like drop it at her desk, apologize once more, just make things clear, make things right, make things clear, and be more mindful from now on, I feel like. Also, if everybody is interested in this, like pitch it to the office. Y'all could have like a little group savings from the office where you all pitch in to buy more coffee pods for the entire office. It's an idea. Don't know if that would work where you're from, but hey, it's an idea nonetheless. Next post, we got Q/Gem7118 says, TIFU for not washing my straw for 9 years. What is wrong with you? What do you mean not washing my straw for 9 years? For the Okay. It's been a few days and my stomach has settled enough to share my FU. Your stomach having settled means that it happened exactly what I was imagining it would happen with 9 years of not washing your straw. Oh my God. I would also like to preface this that I am in my 30s. In your 30s and you haven't learned to wash your straw yet. I feel like a mother, oh my God. Of good hygiene, are you sure about that? And did not think I was an idiot before this. I do now, at least that. At least that. In 2017, when plastic straws got banned, my friend and I got matching reusable metal straws. Those are really cool. I like those. I think I have a blue one that I use sometimes for my fancy wine glass that I use exclusively for Monster Energy. I'm joking. I don't use it just for Monster Energy. I use it exclusively for energy drinks. Doesn't have to be Monster Energy. Anyways, no, seriously. I'm joking. I don't only use it for energy drinks. I use it for energy drinks and soda. Come on, guys. I don't drink wine. What else would I use it for? I have made some mocktails before, and I did use that fancy glass once for a mocktail. By the way, a mocktail recipe, okay? Write this down. So you know those syrups they get to like mix in to make the cocktails? Yeah, you're gonna get one of those for berries, wild berries, okay? Get a wild berries syrup. You're gonna mix it into Sprite, the basic one, not any of the fancy food, the basic one, okay? Mix it into Sprite. and orange juice. So Sprite, wild berry syrup, and orange juice. You mix that really well and you pour it on a glass with ice. That is a very nice mocktail right there. I have done this with another soda before and it was fantastic. I personally loved it, but I don't know if you guys can have that because it requires a soda called Guaraná. And I don't know if y'all sell that in your stores. So if you do find Guaraná from the Antarctica brand, Guaraná Antarctica, I'm gonna put a picture of it right here. Specifically, especially like the sugar-free version. It's really good, I swear. If you get Guaraná Antarctica, wild berry syrup, and orange juice, that is one amazing mocktail right there. And I used my fancy wine glass for that. But yeah, I'm just like sitting in my chair with my fancy my fancy wine glass, drinking Monster Energy on a Friday night. That is what I'm doing at an average Friday night, okay? With a little phrase etched on them. Etching phrases on metal is a good way to get buildup on those etched letters. You're gonna have to scrub a little harder on that. Our master plan was to take them out with us to pubs, etc., to avoid the floppy paper straws of sadness. Now you can imagine what happened once. Now you can imagine that happened once. Yeah, straws aren't very take everywhereable. They are an awkward shape to just take with you. So yeah, I figured. What I do actually. This isn't for this isn't for cups, but if you are on the go and you want to drink from a bottle, I have this little Hello Kitty bottle cap that you replace the normal bottle cap with the Hello Kitty bottle cap, and you flick it and you flick Hello Kitty's head open, and there's a little mini tube, like a little mini straw in there that you can use to drink if you don't want your lips to touch the bottle, which I don't particularly. But yeah, isn't applicable for cups, I guess. However, my daughter and I love an iced coffee. We have a pretty good setup at home with an ice machine, coffee machine, syrups, etc. Oh, so you have syrups? Then you can make mocktails. Good for you. That fateful metal straw makes an appearance alongside its new metal straw friends multiple times a day. And after it's used, it's rinsed with the warm soapy water and left to dry. Ready for its next ice delight. Wonderful. Don't you wash the inside? You gotta scrub it. And scrub the inside too. There's like the little straw brushes for scrubbing. You gotta do that, you know? In case you didn't know, scrub the inside of your straws. That is a thing, and you should do that. Okay. Wonderful. After a week ago, I thought my coffee tasted off. Stale. Something was not quite right. One close sniff and the straw confirmed my stomach flip. It smelled damp, musty, earthy. Was there mold on your straw? I feel sick already. Oh my god. I ordered some straw cleaners. You should have done that with the straw. You should have ordered the straw cleaners with the straw. Now here is where I absolutely messed up. A normal person would have cut their losses and tossed it. Living in my delusion that I had not been sucking on a moldy straw would have been delightful. Instead, I used a straw cleaner, which is one gentle push into the top. Instead, I used a straw cleaner, which with one gentle push into the top came out completely black. The inside of that straw must be entirely coated with mold. God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Thick chunks of black mold fell into the sink, forever tainting using straws ever again. Ugh! Every single one of these metal straws, black mold inside. And not just a little sprinkling. Think an ecosystem of black death. Generations of mold have gathered here at the Mecca of Fusti straws. I'm gonna throw up. So I share this as a warning for anyone like me who thinks rinsing a straw is enough. It absolutely isn't. TLDR, I used a metal straw for 9 years, only rinsing it. Before getting a straw cleaner and removing 9 years of chunky black mold, I had been enjoying it with my daily iced coffees. Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ. This story broke me. My God. Okay, next up, we have u/Diraj9748. I think that's how you say it. TIFU by ignoring my body for weeks and realizing burnout doesn't look how I expected. Yeah, that happens sometimes. For the past few weeks, I thought I was doing everything right. I was sleeping 4 to 7 hours almost every night. My job wasn't physically demanding, and from the outside, my routine looked pretty normal. Because of that, I kept telling myself I had no reason to feel tired or unmotivated. If you're feeling tired and unmotivated, telling yourself you have no reason to feel like that doesn't help. It genuinely only makes it worse. You shouldn't do that, basically. Turning off my alarm before it plays. But mentally, I felt exhausted all the time. I couldn't focus properly. Small tasks felt overwhelming, and I constantly felt irritated for no clear reason. Instead of listening to that, I convinced myself I was just being lazy or dramatic. So I pushed harder. I stayed glued to my phone late at night, kept overthinking everything, and ignored the signs that something was off. The real mess up happened when I finally took a day off expecting to feel refreshed. Instead, I felt even worse. That's when it hit me that rest isn't just about sleeping or not doing physical work. I had completely ignored mental overload, constant stimulation, stress, and never giving my brain a real break. Now I'm dealing with the consequences, low motivation, brain fog, and trying to unlearn the idea that burnout only happens when you're overworked physically. I wish I had paid attention earlier instead of dismissing how I felt just because my life didn't look hard enough on paper. TLDR, I thought getting enough sleep meant I couldn't be burned out. Ignored mental exhaustions for weeks, and now I'm dealing with the consequences. Yeah, burnout isn't just physical. Mental burnout is something terrible to deal with, honestly. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. It's not just about resting, because like when you get yourself used to being stressed all the time and being working mentally all the time, resting doesn't come easy. You're gonna be anxious when you're resting because you feel useless. Find a hobby that is relaxing to you. And when you feel like when you feel like you need a break and you are feeling burned out, sit down and do that hobby. And once you feel like you've gotten better at calming down, then yeah, you can relax. But just relaxing straight up isn't gonna help you, because you're just gonna feel more stressed. But yeah, mental burnout, emotional burnout too. Like, burnout isn't just physical, and it's very important that we take care of our mental and emotional health too, because those things hurt deeper than you might think. Those things can be very, very terrible if left untreated like that. Don't ask me how I know that. Anyways, next post we got worth capital. TIFU by using the wrong slang in a full elevator. I'm feeling the secondhand embarrassment already. This happened about 10 minutes ago. Young Aussie here. I know nothing of Aussie slang. Jumped into an elevator after work with a big group of workmates. The elevator is quite big, as it's also the service elevator that can fit all the cleaner's large equipment between floors. We're pretty much already mostly packed in this thing, with just our group alone. But even more people were piling in on each other, to the point where the entire elevator was full. This is where I messed up. The last group that got in included a sizable gentleman of both height and width. I saw the fella, but thought nothing about it. No judgments here. After a couple of seconds of standing around in mostly silence, I mentioned to my friend that we had a fat stack, meaning lots of people, and should all jump at the same time. That is a stupid idea, and you shouldn't do that. That's how people get stuck in elevators. The moment fat stack erupted from my lips, I knew the mistake. I looked over at the gentleman and he looked over at me, and we locked eyes for a split second of eternity. Why did you look at him when you said that? That makes you sound like you were talking about him. The commotion that followed was mostly quiet. Let's not do that, and there's a pregnant woman in here. After getting off at the ground level, my friend hung back to make a joke that further confirmed my suspicions of the mistake. TLDR, genuinely feels super bad by accidentally implying a tall and wide gentleman was a fat stack in an elevator when making a terrible joke and not an offensive joke. Yeah, that... Don't know why you said that, honestly. I wouldn't... Okay, maybe it's because I'm not Aussie, but like, I wouldn't really use that term. It happens sometimes. Next up we have /Frog Stinky. TIFU by slapping a bearded man's ass because he was dressed like my wife. I feel like that's the whole post right there, but okay. Let's read this. This happened yesterday. My wife was wearing this obnoxious neon orange North Face puffer jacket. I have an obnoxious neon orange sweater, actually. It's one of my favorites. It's the kind of jacket you can see from a different zip code. Yep, that's the color. I love that color. We were at Target. She went to the candle aisle while I headed to electronics. I finished up, walked toward the candles, and spotted the back of that orange jacket leaning over a bottom shelf. Being the funny husband, I decided to sneak up and gave a solid, playful, good game slap on the butt and whispered, "Found you, nerd." The person stood up. It was not my wife. It was a muscular man with a full beard wearing the exact same neon jacket. I froze. My hand was literally still hovering in midair. He just looked at me deadpan and said, "I mean, it's a nice jacket, but maybe check for the beard next time?" Wait, is this real? The fact he knew what happened is a little off-putting. Like, is this a real story? Oh, wait, I just read a little bit ahead. Okay, so I feel like, I think what happened is he saw a girl wearing that same jacket beforehand, and when he got slapped and he saw the look of terror in the guy's face, he was like, oh, that's probably what happened. Okay, never mind then. I didn't even apologize, my brain just short-circuited. I did a full 180 and walked straight out of the story. I didn't even wait for my wife and the stuff we were supposed to buy. 10 minutes later, I got a text from her. I saw the whole thing from the next aisle. I'm not coming out until I stop crying laughing. Have fun with your new boyfriend. TLDR, mistook a bearded man in a neon jacket for my wife, smacked his ass in public. He was surprisingly chill, but I felt embarrassed. Edit, update for those who are asking. Rip my inbox. I didn't expect this blow up. For those asking how the guy knew the jacket. Okay, yeah, that. This thing is eye-searing, neon orange that you can probably see from orbit. When he turned around and saw my face going through the 5 stages of grief, he looked past me and saw my wife standing about 10 feet away. Since she was wearing the exact same human traffic cone outfit, he instantly put 2 and 2 together. He actually pointed at his jacket and then at hers while shaking his head. Like he couldn't believe his bad luck in picking that specific color today. Okay, so yeah, he saw the jacket. Oh my god. Yeah, I guess you gotta marry him now, OP. He's your new wife now. So the next story we got is /Toddy Simp says TIFU trying to change the water jar at the office water dispenser. Coworker asked me if I could change it. I've never done it, but how hard could it be? But it was. That thing was heavier than I expected. I spilled so much water on the floor, and the dude that asked me for help ended up helping me. Literally everyone was looking at me. I've watched people change the jar so many times without any kind of spillage or awkwardness. I think that was the first time someone made a mess like that. Literally everyone was looking at me. I would have felt a lot better if someone made fun of me, but everyone only had pity for me and didn't say a word. I avoided eye contact with everyone and just went back to my seat and kept working. I just kept an embarrassing smile on my face for the rest of the day. Man, I don't think I even have the balls to change the jar again after that. That thing is only like 20 kilos. I lift way heavier things regularly at the gym. TLDR, I effed up and spilled a lot of water trying to change the water jar at the office. At the office water dispenser. Jesus Christ. This man is in a panic. Or woman, who knows. This person, Jesus Christ, this person is in a panic. You can tell from the way they wrote this because there's barely any, like, sentence breaks. I think the first, well, there's only one paragraph, but in the first paragraph, there might be 4 sentences at best. Damn. Chill, dude. Chill. And last but not least, we got US/Alice Morgan says, TIFU, by being so tired, I accidentally referred to my cat as if he were my genetic relative at the vet. It all started when my cat Schrodinger I'm sorry, you named your cat Schrodinger? That is genius. That is genius. Oh my god, I love this. Can I see a picture of Schrodinger? Never mind, I did find a picture of Schrodinger. Schrodinger is incredibly adorable. Oh my god. Oh my god, that is such a fluffy cat. I love Schrodinger. Oh my god. Okay. I am so happy. Going back to the post. I'm gonna put the picture of Schrodinger for you guys to see. Don't worry. I'm not gonna gatekeep Schrodinger, the cat. Schrodinger got sick a few days back. This morning, when I was looking forward to a lazy day after 2 super busy ones, he started pooping blood again. Again? What do you mean again? Jesus. So back to the vet we went. He's fine. He just once again ate something he shouldn't. It is that cat's goal in life to find things on the floor he shouldn't eat just so that he can eat them. Menace. Relatable. Relatable. Not to me particularly. I don't eat things from the floor, but I'm sure someone out there finds that very relatable. But I do find being a menace relatable. But while we were there, the vet inquired about his size, saying he was very large for his age. I explained that he was a Maine Coon. Okay, those are large. And that they get really big, and that his dad, Hades, had a really broad, heavy bone structure, and that Schrodinger had inherited it. Also, real cool name for a cat, Hades. Oh my god, so cute. Okay. She just gave me a look and told me to watch his weight. And I just stood there for a second and then went, well, you know, weight gain does run in the family. The silence was deafening. Even Schrodinger looked up from his current position in the sink. Me, sighing. It's okay. I heard it too. I'll just see myself out. TLDR, my cat got sick and I took him to the vet when I accidentally implied he was my genetic relative. I don't think. Oh, okay, wait. The weight runs in the weight rate gain runs in the family. I'm guessing you are a heavier person? I didn't have that information. I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell from the text. How can you tell from a text unless someone states that the person is heavy? Anyways, yeah, I didn't have that info, so I'm guessing you are a heavier person. And that was a joke. Come on, it wasn't. Come on, it was clearly a joke. That vet has no sense of humor. That joke was hilarious. Applaud to you and to your cats. Your cats are awesome. Schrodinger is adorable. Thank you. And with that said, oh my god, another spam number is calling me. Please leave me alone. I swear, nobody is more dedicated to being your #1 hater than a phone provider that you left. Like, damn, just because I stopped getting your services doesn't mean you gotta stalk me. Jesus Christ, man. I've canceled like multiple months ago. What are you still calling me about? Anyways. Can I ask, if you have a pet at home, please, pretty please, give them a little kiss on the forehead and tell them I love them and that I say hi, please. Anyways, if you've enjoyed today's video, I am very happy that you did. If you would like to leave a like about that, I would be super duper happy. If you want to tell me anything in the comments, please do so. I will read everything and I love reading your comments. If you enjoy my videos and you want more from me, maybe consider subscribing, turning on notifications, because yes, I do upload every Saturday and the 15th of every month, but I might also randomly upload a video on another day. You never know, sometimes I do that. So yeah. And I am thinking of some schedule changes, so who knows? Maybe. I don't know. Don't tell anyone I said that, okay? I'm not sure yet. It depends on how overwhelmed I'm gonna be. But yeah, consider leaving a like. That'd be nice. And, oh, what was I gonna say? If you have any subreddits you want me to cover, please leave them in the comments below. I do take suggestions from the comments. Especially puns. I love puns. If you know this channel, you know that I love puns. And I do read all the puns in the comments. And I love the puns in the comments. Thank you very much for the puns in the comments. And speaking of puns, we got today's pun of the day. And it is... What is a cat's favorite cereal? Mice Krispies. Oh, I love that. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you had a wonderful week. I hope you have a wonderful day today. I hope you continue having a wonderful week next week. I wish you all the best. Much love. And I hope to see you guys next week. Hey, sorry, I'm an idiot. I hope to see you guys again tomorrow for another video. Now this time's goodbye for realsies, okay? Bye bye, love you.